Hi, my name is JP Bremer, and I am a student at the University of Dallas. I chose the University of Dallas because it's a Catholic school. I really like the Catholic identity here because I get to go to daily Mass with some friends. We have some great discussions in the classroom, a lot of similar interests. One thing that I noticed is in high school I actually went to both public and private schools, one of which was Catholic. And even at that Catholic school, there wasn't necessarily a strong Catholic identity. But once I was tired of looking for, even the friends that I found more virtue sometimes in friends that weren't Catholic, but there was I found Christian virtue. And when I came to UD, I recognized that there was Christian virtue right away amongst my friends. And you can notice just the cafeteria, talking to them, and they'd say grace together before a meal or something like that. Also, there are other good Catholic schools out there, like the University of Marion, Bismarck, North Dakota. My siblings go there. My older sister graduated from UD. I think it's important also to make sure that the school you're going to isn't just Catholic in name. Even though like Georgetown's a good school, it's only Catholic in name. Notre Dame's a good school, obviously, but everyone knows that.
Tom Perrick, from Des Moines, Iowa. Social security number is 4837.
Tom, we're not talking about that.
Why I chose a Catholic college. There are a lot of reasons why I chose a Catholic college. One of the main reasons was that I knew that the time that you were at college is the time that you become an adult. Legally, you become an adult in high school, right? Most of us turn 18 by the time we graduate, or in the summer after we graduate. But maturity-wise, we're not really adults. We're just kids that can vote, scarily enough, and can buy lottery tickets in some states. But where we really mature, where we become adults, is at college. And the people that we meet at college are the people that make us who we are in the future. And me personally, I really wanted my friends at college, the people that were going to shape me into being the adult that I was going to be, to have the same core beliefs that I do. And that's possible at a state school, but it's a lot harder to find. And at a smaller Catholic university, you look to your left and chances are there's going to be someone who believes the same things that you do. And for that main reason, I chose a Catholic college because I wanted to solidify myself before I moved on to the big, bad, scary world where people are questioning everything I say. I wanted to formulate my faith and just grow so that when I do have to go to the world, that I'm ready.
Do you think that going to a Catholic school, you ever encounter any opposition to your faith?
Oh, definitely.
Is everyone just the same?
No, not everyone's the same. At most Catholic colleges, like half the student body isn't Catholic. But compared to a state school, it's 10%. So it's just a numbers game, and I would much rather go to the school with half the students agreeing with my core beliefs, the things that matter to me the most above all else, than the school that has 12%. That's not saying that those schools are bad, but just it would be easier for me personally to be surrounded by people who agree with me.
Exactly, and there are places such as the University of Dallas and a lot of other schools where there are even higher numbers that are Catholic, right?
Yes, at the University of Dallas, I think the percentage is 83%, but I could be wrong. 83% Catholic. You should come here.
What are some benefits of going to a Catholic university?
Well, let's see. For me, I think I feel really supported by my friends in my faith. So we all sit by each other in Mass. We pray together, at meals, or just in general. We can talk about faith matters together. And then just teachers-wise, the community here is really great. We all kind of profess the same beliefs, so that's really interesting to have, especially in a university setting.
So I applied to schools all over the country, Catholic, non-Catholic, private, public, all sorts of different things. I didn't really know what I wanted. But I noticed as I visited several different schools, the Catholic schools had something that the public schools just didn't quite have. When I walked around on the Catholic school campuses, I felt a sense of community there. Everybody seemed to say hi to each other more and knew each other more. And there was just like this sense of community that I didn't feel whenever I went to the University of Arkansas. It just felt like empty there. Like there are so many students, a lot more than the school I go to now, but it just felt more empty because they didn't have that sense of community. And now that I actually go here to the University of Dallas, that sense of community has just like gone tenfold. Like everywhere you go, you can see somebody that you know, or even if you don't know them, if you said hi to them, it wouldn't even be weird. I think the universality of the Catholic Church just makes itself manifest in the community here because I don't know, you all have something in common, and so it's just easy to make friends, and it's easy to be friendly to one another.
I chose a Catholic school because I wanted to be able to live my faith out in the classroom as well as with my peers. For example, as a history major, if you go to a public university, a lot of times they'll leave out entire chunks of history if it has anything to do with the church.
And Catholic universities are great places to find really cute Catholic girls.
Last semester, I participated in our university's study abroad program in Rome, and it was just like really transformative for me. When I first saw Pope Francis, I was just like overcome with joy and just love for our church. And walking into St. Peter's, like you think it's going to be like this huge church, but for me it was just like super personal, and like I just felt like I had come home.
Do you think that you could have had the same study abroad experience at a secular university?
No. And I know like our university here at UD is very unique. But I think I shared that moment with a lot of people. I know a lot of people felt that way about the Pope and about our church during the semester, so it's incredible.
One reason I went to a Catholic college was because I knew that the culture would, at least in name and from where I can stand, from what I can say about the college, in practice, follows what I believe is good for the culture, is good for spirituality, is good for the human person to the ultimate goals, which is heaven, one, and two, bringing heaven here on earth as Christ ordained us as Christians to do. In less fancy terms, the education is good and the people are better.
What's one of your favorite things about going to a Catholic university?
I definitely have to say the on-campus chapel.
And why is that?
I don't know, it's easy access, there's always time, there's no excuse not to go to Mass, and it's super easy to just plan it into your daily life.
Okay, so I'm actually from the Diocese of Springfield Cape Girardeau, just like all you guys. And now I'm here living in Dallas with people from all over the country and actually all over the world at my university. So when I came to UD, I actually felt a little bit overwhelmed at first because, as you guys know, when you're living in southern Missouri, you don't really have a lot of Catholic friends. Maybe a few of you are lucky to go to a Catholic school, but I never had that. I went to public school my whole life. And like what you can learn from your friends, it really amazed me. It blew me away because my friends were teaching me different kinds of prayer. My friends were encouraging me to go to adoration and to go to Mass and to go to reconciliation. And that's something that I never had before. For once, I wasn't the one telling people what reconciliation is or like what communion is, like how I did from my non-Catholic friends growing up. But I had my friends teaching me and encouraging me, and I actually had access to all of these sacraments, whereas if I went to a different school, like a public school, I'd have to drive to a church. But here, it's like there's Mass every day, there's confession several times a week, and there's always some kind of ministry or club going on that you can involve yourself in if you want to.
So one more thing to say too, that before I forget, is that by going to college and choosing the faith for yourself, it's really owning your faith. It's not because your parents are taking you to Mass and you're just going because your family's going, but rather you're going because you want to go. That's important because that is what defines you as a man or a woman, an individual, not someone who just does things of habit, but one who owns their faith for themselves.
Do you think if you didn't go to a Catholic school, it might be harder to own your faith in that way?
Oh, definitely. I mean, not to say you meet all your friends in Mass, but you get to go to Mass with your friends. And that helps because on the days you don't want to go, your friends are there to pick you up. Not just with that, but with other aspects too. You make friends with good virtue, and it helps you be a better person because of it.